Baby guys, so I actually decided to make a second video, so I'm probably going to keep posting these. So this video is going to be talking about anxiety and ways to deal with it, or like how to not freak out basically. So I'm just going to be talking about last week for me as an example. Last week I was well, in general I'm a very stressed out person, but last week I was like over the top stressed out. I was dealing with, well, this cuts into my personal life a little bit, but I mean, the last video was pretty personal for strangers to know about me, so I'm like, why not? Um, last week, last weekend, I got into a really bad fight with one of my best friends, and so that was taking a toll on me for the whole week. Also, people coming in and out of my lives, um, that was also taking, like, everything was on my mind, personal life wise, and also I had school life, which I had 2 exams that week, and these exams are beyond tough. So, um, I think it was the Wednesday or Thursday. I had a review for the exam the next day at like 4:30 p.m. and then so I went to that review with the intentions of like, because the way I study is I have to study the night before, because if I don't, then I'll forget literally everything. So my intentions were to go to the review and then go to one of my coffee shops so I could study there for like the rest of the night, because I cram for like 5 hours straight until I get the information in my mind without reading anything. So I was I went to the review session, and then I went to my coffee place, and I was already overwhelmed by every aspect of personal life wise, and also this coming to the right place, and then also I was working like till, well, I do work till like 1 in the morning usually. So I was really exhausted, both emotionally and physically. So what happened was I got into the coffee shop. I settled. I put my laptop. I was studying for a while, and then I got a text from the best friend that I got into a really bad fight with, and that just took me by surprise. And then also the other people, like just other people in general, friends coming in and out of my life, and I was just like, don't know how to handle it, because I don't know if I want those people in my life, or if I do, or if like, do they want to be in my life or do they not? Like, it was just a very tricky situation. And so for this case of my best friend, well, the one I got into a fight with, it's like, if I have an opinion, I'm gonna make sure you know it, whether you agree with it or not. And that's kind of a bad thing, but I mean, that's how I am. So I wasn't gonna apologize for something that's not my fault. So when we were texting, I guess she was expecting an apology or whatever, and I wasn't giving it to her. Instead, we got into like a little bit of a small text fight. And this was happening at the coffee shop when I'm supposed to be studying for hours. So I was like letting things leak into my goals, which is of course school. And then so I was just like really stressed out. And then I was freaking out to the point of where I was shaking because there was so much happening. Like my phone was going off the walls, and then I was just everything. It was too much for me to handle. So I went outside and I called my friend Kayla, and I've gotten to know Kayla very well over the last year, so I'd say. And then so I called her and I was telling her everything about, like, guess what she just texted me, like gossiping in a way, but also just like I was venting to her because I needed somebody to vent to, because didn't know. I need to talk to somebody in that moment because I was freaking out. I was too much inside of my head, which is the thing that I think happens a lot when you have anxiety. I was like, Kayla, I'm literally on the verge of like a mental breakdown. There's too much happening. I need to focus right now, and these people aren't letting me focus. And then she was sympathizing with me because she's going through similar things, because we're both want to go to law school, and it's like the stress that amounts to that is ridiculously high. And then so that was happening. She calmed me down, and also I talked to my friend Andy on the phone, and he's actually like a really good friend of mine. He's the very first person I came out to. We just have like a special connection, and he understands me. He knows how to calm me down. So I called him, and then he told me like the words were so like, it was simple the way that he put it, but it was like I would have never thought of it by myself. So he basically told me that you need to focus for, well, number one, you have to focus on your own success versus thinking about every little problem you have. Like, it sounds bad, but things are gonna get worse or like harder for you. And if you keep thinking that way, you're not gonna get anywhere. So basically, you need to, if you focus on yourself and your own success, everything else will flow into place. So I've been really following that advice. It's like, I can't control other people's actions. I can't control what they do want to do or what they actually do. So I'm not focusing on those people. I'm focusing on myself because my decisions are the only ones I can make, and they're the only ones that matter to me. What else did he tell me? He told me like really wise stuff, and so I guess that's basically it. Like, if they want to be in your life, then do it. If they don't, like, I'm gonna be tested in life so many ways. He said it. He's like, it's gonna get worse. I know you don't want to hear it. And I was just like, I know, but it's just like I could only imagine if it's so hard for me right now. And then he was just like, just take a step back, and you need to look at everything objectively. Because if you don't, you're gonna be freaking out. And think about things about like how I could get to the next step, or like not the problems, but what's the first step I need to take to get over those problems. And I guess that's the way I've been looking at things more lately. Like, today I had an exam. It's just like, it took a really big I like weight off of my shoulders, because I don't know, like, it made me feel a lot better. So I guess that's how my anxiety has been. It's like kind of high. I mean, like, but everybody has their own sorts of anxiety and stress. So I guess that's all I wanted to say really for this video. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Bye.